Me share my screen. Good morning. Good morning, all. Thank you for joining. Okay. Today we will talk about mouse over action. Okay. So there is a class called action class in Selenium. So action class is used to handle the mouse and keyboard action. So if you want to perform any action with on the mouse and keyboard, then you can go with the action class concepts actually in Selenium. So it's very important and it is very useful actually also in the real time. Uh, so whenever you want to perform some mouse and keyboard operation, you can go with the action class. Okay, and yeah, that's the announcement. Okay, so there are two methods actually. One is build and perform. So whenever you try to use the action class, so you need to use perform method. So without perform method, the action will not happen actually. The execution will not happen. So perform method is very important. So whatever you create the chain of an action, so you need to execute that. You need to use perform method basically. And yeah, so whenever you want to move the cursor an element, okay. So assume some browser. Okay, so assume this is an application and assume that this is a web element. So I'm here. I just wanted to mouse over here. Okay, to click before click on this component testing. So I need to mouse over. So these kind of options also we can use with the help of action class. So there is a method called move to element. So with the help of this method to move to element, we can the mouse it can go and do the mouse over on the particular web element in the middle of the web element actually. So this is the example code. So what they are doing, they are using system.set property for the chrome.exe file, and they are doing the web driver installation, maximizing. They're taking one application and they're finding something, and they want to click on it. They want to do the mouse over. Basically, you see here, a dot move to element. So what basically it will do, it will go on to the mouse over on the this particular link actually courses, and they're waiting for 2 seconds, and again they are doing yeah, they are trying to do the click method to click on that some different uh, text, I can say text. And this is move to element. Let me go and see the real time code. So this is a class I already created. Okay, action class, and I'm using main method. Inside main method, I'm just maintaining the system dot property, and using the driver installation. I'm taking this application, the direct in portal booking application, maximizing it and opening, entering the URL, and username, password. Yeah, I see here value is username. So I just wanted to, before double click on the username text box. Okay, I'm just using move to element. So there is a method called double click. So if you want to double click on particular element, you can use this method. Okay, and unit. Okay, build out perform. So whenever you try to use multiple actions, you see move to element is one action and double click is one action. So whenever you try to use more than one action, okay, you should use build. So what basically build will do, it will try to create a chain of an action. Okay, and with help of perform, it will go and run this whatever we created the chain. Okay, these actions, it will go and perform with help of perform button. Very important interview question. What is the difference between build and perform? Okay, and next what we are doing, we are trying to, okay, after double click, we are mouse overing the username text box and trying to enter the values into the text box with the help of send keys method. This is not normal send keys method. This is coming from action class. Okay, so let me try to write to show what are the methods are available. So here, act dot You see, so build is one method. Click, click and hold, click and hold. So these are the action, the mouse and keyboard operations, I can say. Context click, context click, web element, double click, drag and drop. So if you want to drag and drop one value to another place, so you can use drag and drop. I'll show that also. And key down, key up, move to element. So mostly we'll be using move to element and click and send keys methods, mainly. Yeah, other things are common. So mainly we'll be focusing on move to element and click and send keys, and click and hold, drag and drop. What else? Context click. Let's see. Next, what it is? Send keys, and we are trying to click on the login button. After logging, what we are doing? Drag and drop. Okay. So we are trying to drag and drop password text box and login, and click and hold. So we'll just go and click, and it will be hold actually. So we are not releasing the mouse. So this is all about this function. And after click and hold, you should use release button, because we need to release the mouse button, right? So you need to release that, you need to use the release method. Action, click and hold. This is the web element you need to use. And move to element, you need to move there, and you need to release it, and you need to perform and build and perform. Okay, so let me run and see. Very important, very useful concept in Selenium action class to perform the mouse and keyboard operations. So it is double click and it is entering the value, and it is trying to enter the password and login. Let me see. And drag and drop. Okay. So let me show this one. Very important interview question. Let me see this application. In the real time, you will not get these scenarios, but if you get it, then you should be in a position to handle this kind of scenarios. So this is the application. Okay. So this application having the drag and drop capability functionality, I can say. So okay. So I just wanted to see. I can select this. I can drag and drop it. In a bank. Sorry, sales amount. One second. Okay. I'm able to add this. It is allowing only one debit and credit side. Okay, so this is how, like, you need to drag and drop. Okay, so let me see that code as well. So you want to drag and drop it to some place. So what basically you need to do, you need to find this place web element, and you need to find the another web element XPath where exactly you want to put it, or drop it. Okay, so what basically I'm doing here, I'm just entering that application, creating the action, action class object and creating an object for action class. And this is a constructor, I can say. And this is a new keyword to create the object. This is the reference object name for the action class. And I'm just trying to store the source and destination. Okay, I'm taking two keywords here. One is source and destination. And say I'm just trying to drag this bank and put it in somewhere. Actually, what is this? Let me see. Oh dear. Let me inspect it. Okay, so what basically I'm doing, I'm trying to take this bank, this button or some option, and I'm just placing dropping it to this place. Okay, let's see this, how this will happen in the execution in the real time. And what I'm doing, click and hold source and destination and release and perform. Okay, you need to, you're dragging, that means you're clicking. Okay, see here, I'll show exactly the click and hold where exactly we can use it. So you're trying to click the source. To drag, you need to hold that mouse, right? So you cannot release it. If you release it, it will drop it. So I'm just clicking the source with help of click and holding. I'm trying to click and hold the source. Okay, and I'm moving to the destination, where destination is available, this place, account. Okay, I'm just move with help of move to element, I'm just mouse overing here and dropping it. Okay, releasing, I'm just releasing with help of release method, it will drop. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, someone.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me run this one. Very important question. Remember it. So we see move to element, release, click and hold, send keys, click, move to element, right? Yeah. Yeah, you see here. So yeah, the bank is available here after drag and drop. So this is how like you can go on perform the drag and drop. Any question on this action class? Anybody? Okay. You see drag and drop and right click. Okay, let me show the right click. I forgot actually. Okay, we can very important enter the question right click. How we can go and perform the right click on the particular web element. Very important enter the question. So what they're saying for drag and drop, we can handle this drag and drop action using drag and drop kind of function action of class. Drag and drop takes two arguments of type web element, their source and target. So we seen source and destination both are same. So okay, this is the example. Okay, same thing I just showed there. This is the application, the screenshot of an application. So they're selecting clicking bank and releasing another account place. The same thing is happening. Okay, how to perform drag and drop action without using drag and drop. Click and hold and move to element release. 1 second. So this is wait. So without using that one, somewhere I missed something. Okay, I forgot. Sorry. Okay. So whatever I showed, this is without using drag and drop. Okay. Let me comment this one. I have written the with with help of drag and drop how we can go and perform. Let's see. So this is a method and it is expecting to argument source and destination. Same thing. This is without using drag and drop. How we can go and drag and drop. Okay, drag and drop and hold. And this is with help drag and drop. So with help of source and destination. Okay, let me stop and see. For same action, there are two ways here. One is drag and drop. With help of drag and drop, we can use perform the drag and drop functionality. And without using drag and drop, we can use click and hold. Okay, and build that perform. I mean, move to element and release. Let's see. Okay, you see, drag and drop also it's working. Okay. What else? So with drag and drop we seen, and without drag and drop also we seen that. And the right click. Okay, let me see the right click. Okay, somewhere if I return, not return. If not return, I'll write it. Let's see. So action class bang. Okay. Let me write here. So a dot move to element and source dot there is a method called context click. Okay, and I'll use context click and source. So I'm using two actions here, more than one. So I'll use build dot and perform. So this is the code syntax to perform the right click. Let me run and see what will happen. You see here. So after right click on the bank, we are getting this option. Okay, so this is how we can go on from the right click. So that also working fine. And let me see, is there any other things I missed it? And there is another class called robot class. Okay, robot. So with help of robot also you can use the keyboard action actually. The key press and key release also you can do that. I'll show that context like this is done and we get on and we can enter. Okay. This is context like right click. So one second, somewhere I written that. Hmm. So this is also keyboard operation. Let me see what I'm doing here. Okay. So here there is other options in this no action class, key down and key up. Okay. And control A and control C and control. Okay. So key down and key up actually. It's kind of like press and release, something like that. Okay. So let me run this one. Which application I'm taking this application. So these methods also belongs to action class only. So whatever you want to perform from the keyboard, like backspace or space, enter button, shift, alt, control, any kind of numbers or alphabets or anything, you can use action class. Did I give proper password? Okay. What basically I'm doing here, send keys. I'm sending the value to the send box. Let me debug here. So I just wanted to debug here and see what is happening in my link. So username we are entering and send keys. After that we are using action class. Let's see what will happen. So you need to put the breakpoint. So wherever you want to start the debug, and right click, there is an option called debug as. This is Java application. It will try to run in the debug mode. Okay, you can go and run in a line by line and see what is happening in the application. Basically, this debug option will use whenever we get some failures in the execution, in the test cases, the automatic script, then we'll go and debug it and see what went wrong. Okay, so application is open, and I'm just okay. So this is a step over, step 6. If I use step over, it will try to execute this 54th line. So what basically it has to do, it has to enter this value. Let's see. Okay, you can see the value is entered. And next one, action class I'm using, step over, and key down, control keys, control A. What basically is this happening? Control limit. It should select everything, right? See, I'm just control A means I'm trying to select everything from the inside the text box, and I'm just using control C to paste it. Control A, control C, and I'm using tab. Let me see. Okay, so control A, I have selected everything, and using C control C, I'm just copying it. Okay, I'm just using tab button. That means, so I just wanted to go to the password text box from username text box. Let's see whether it's went happened or not. Okay, you see from username text bar to it went to the password text bar. So, and I just wanted to paste here. So whatever I copied in the above from the username text box, I just wanted to paste in the password text box. So this one, with the help of this one, we are I'm trying to paste that value whatever I copied from this 5758 line. I'm just pasting it in the password text box. Let's see. Okay, it's not control send keys, control V and control. It should enter, but it's not entering. So what is happening here? It is not entering, right? Let me see what is happening. Let me rerun it and see. So up to here it is working. Tab also worked, and keys control and key. Let me run it. Okay, you see now it is entering. No, okay. So it is entering, and it is trying to do the backspace and again removing everything, and I think it is doing the control Z for undo. Okay, and it is trying to print that value. Okay, this is happening. Let me see. Okay, you see here Shomshaker, what I enter, Shomshaker 1 2 3. Okay, I just done the backspaces. I'm just trying to print the value. See, it is working. So whatever I copied from the username text box, it is entered, and with help of this one, I'm doing the backspace, two backspace here. You see, two backspaces here. That means 2 3 should be removed, and I'm trying to retrieve that value whatever is all been inside the password, because I need to verify whether these backspaces are properly worked or not. To prove that, I'm just trying to store that value with help of get attribute inside the password text box. I'm just printing it. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? And robot class, I think it's not robot class. No? That is not okay. Key up and key down. Okay, so somewhere robot also I written. Let me see that. This is right click. I already showed you. Okay, that's fine. So let me create a separate package and let me run that. So package robot class. Finish it, and let me create a class. So robot class robot equal to new robot. Okay, so let me import it. So I'm just importing this robot class from Java AWT. Okay, this is not recommendable actually, because this will not support in the CSA tools like Jenkins and all. So driver, web driver. So I'm importing web driver, robot, new robot, exception, robot art, key press. Okay. And if I want to use control here, control C, whatever it is, key event, you need to use key event, control space, key event. So this is syntax I'm just trying to write and show. Robot key press and key event dot. Okay. VK. Let's me use alt. VK alt. Okay. VK alt. And I'm just pressing alt F4. Okay. And same way robot dot key press key event control space dot vk alt f4, right? Vk underscore f4. So you are pressing it. Okay, whenever you try to press it, you should release it, then only it will work. So robot dot, there is a method called key release. Okay, so whatever you pressed, you should release it actually. And same thing, key event dot vk f4. So I'm just releasing f4 first, and still zoom is happening. Okay, and vk